Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. So a lot has happened within the ARMY community just in the last day. We have Suga or AgustD's music video that just dropped. We also have what position Jungkook prefers when he is in bed. We also have a particular member who was excluded and probably pretty sad at that moment. I want to talk about all of that today and get into it. And of course, this channel is just about giving my opinions and giving my thoughts on the things that everyone else is already talking about. Stuff that's happening within this community or stuff that people are saying are happening in this community. So if you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff and having a key, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you use a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. Now let's start with Suga or AgustD's music video. And oof, daddy, did you see it? Did you watch the video? If you have not seen it, you definitely have to go over there and take a look and go ahead and stream it. It came out early morning for me here in New York, so it's definitely been out for most of my morning. AgustD hasn't released anything in a while. I believe he mentioned how he was very satisfied with this one and was working on it to make sure it was perfect before he put it out. He was apparently going to release it earlier, but it's definitely more perfect now. And so far it sounds amazing. I don't even know what the previous not perfect one sounds like, but it couldn't have sounded that bad either. It looks very cinematic, and it's what you would expect from Suga's alter ego. It's a completely different feel and look as to what you would think Suga would do in BTS, at least in my opinion. Let's just say AgustD looks hot. Hot, H-A-W-T. Hot, that type of hot. I kind of like the dangerous Suga. Like, yes, stab me, daddy. He has his little scar in the music video, and I gotta say, I like that. I like that a lot. It makes him look tough and cool, kind of like he's in one of those spy movies. Ooh, he can play like a villain in a movie. Ooh. I like the rough and tumble version of Suga, which if you didn't know, he does go by Suga when he is in BTS, but when he does kind of the solo work, he goes by his alter ego, AgustD. So he has been portrayed as AgustD kind of before in some of his older solo work. AgustD is basically more of Suga's raw side, where obviously when he is together with BTS, he can't necessarily show his complete rawness. What would be cool is if he was called Suga in BTS, but then was called Spicy in his solo work, and his solo rap was like very spicy. That would be so funny. But there was a point in the music video that I didn't notice until it was brought out by some people talking about it. Apparently at this particular part where AgustD was kind of walking, killing the song, he bumps into this bearded man. This bearded man quickly turns around. You see him give him a look, and you kind of, if you zoom in, you'll notice that that's Jin. And right next to Jin is Jungkook. Can I say Jin looks hot with a beard? There's so much hotness in this music video. It should have been called Spicy. Can we get more bearded Jin, please? He has the most adorable look on his face when he turns around and is angry. Angry Jin is hot. I've come to that conclusion. I like Jin angry. I definitely did not notice this until a few times watching it and then hearing what other people were saying, because I'm not paying attention to anyone else except AgustD. Like, I want to hear his rap. I want to see what he's doing. I ain't looking at anybody else. But after I saw this, I definitely went back and rewatched that part over 50 times. And it does. It looks like Jin and Jungkook. When Jin turned around, he kind of hit Jungkook in the head with a fishing pole, and then Jungkook turned around and they started fighting. And you saw this in the background as AgustD was over here killing it. It's a little golden nugget for us ARMYs over here. I don't ever know if Big Hit intends for us ARMYs to find these golden little nuggets right away, or for these nuggets to be found so quickly, or do they hope that ARMYs will notice these little nuggets maybe a year from now? Who knows, but it's cool. But speaking of Jungkook, I've noticed a lot of chatter over here about Jungkook and his sleeping position, what he does in bed. Apparently this was revealed to us, and I gotta be honest, just my opinion, I'm not sure what it means. It's kind of really funny. So let me give you some backstory, some little tea before the tea so we can get into it and you know what I'm talking about. Apparently during a previous fan meet, so Korean fan meets, it's known to be kind of like this long table and there's a bunch of chairs sitting down, and then you can kind of go down and meet each member individually or talk to whichever member you want. You can ask them to sign things or draw things or whatever because there's a table there. In this particular case, a fan did actually ask to draw something. So the fan decided to ask Yoongi about the members and asked him to draw out what sleeping position the other members have. I gotta say, it's a very weird thing to ask. I never thought I needed to know this information, but I really needed to know this information.
This information is so important to my life.
There's a bunch of other positions of other members, of course, in this piece of paper that Yoongi drew. And of course, if you want to hear me talk about those positions, we can make another video talking about that. And I'm more than happy to do that. But today's video, we're going to be talking about Jungkook's position, because that one is the one that I can't really explain. So Yoongi drew all the other members and then drew Jungkook, and he drew Jungkook sleeping like this. I don't even like, what? So his legs are like crossed and then his arms are like flailing. Is he a flailing inflatable tube man? I can't even sit with my legs crossed like this for a long time. It's very uncomfortable. So to be comfortable sleeping sleeping in this position is weird to me. But apparently someone found a photo of Jungkook sleeping. I don't know where this footage was taken. They literally have cameras rolling while the members are asleep. And as you can see, everything kind of matches up. At first, you're probably confused looking at the drawing like, what? How does someone sleep like this? And then you look at this picture and you're like, oh, okay. And now we know. I think I got a pretty good idea how he sleeps. That's new. I've never seen that. To be quite honest, if I am not the smallest ball in the world, I cannot freaking fall asleep. I sleep in the fetal position. Jungkook's gonna have a hard time sleeping like that when he one day gets a partner. That partner's just gonna roll off the bed. It obviously looks like his legs are crossed in the drawing, but I think in the actual picture, it just more looks like his legs are behind his legs, like behind his thighs. I kind of feel like if he were to sleep with somebody, that person would have to sleep under him because there ain't no room on the bed. I wanted to know if anyone on Twitter had anything to say about this and their thoughts on this. One Twitter user wrote this: still thinking about how Yoongi drew the members' sleeping positions and everyone was confused about Jungkook until we actually saw him sleeping. It's funny that Yoongi knows. Like he at one point probably walked in on all of them sleeping and was like, what the heck? What is this? My reaction, well, first off, I would just stare at Jungkook because it's Jungkook and you gotta stare. But also I'd be like, that's comfortable? It almost looks like he's sleeping like this, like with his legs back. How is this comfy? I need answers, Cookie. Seems like a lot of effort just to go to bed. So alright, we're all gonna try this and we're all gonna see if this is comfortable, how this feels. Okay, I'll do it if you do it. Don't knock it till you try it. We also have this Twitter user over here who of course felt like they were going to be represented. Jungkook was going to represent them. This particular army wrote this: oh my god, same. Now I felt so lucky that my sleeping position is the same as Cookie's. LOL. The only difference is that I look like a baked potato while sleeping, but Cookie looked like a cute baby bunny while he's sleeping. I hate it here. Yes, for representation, I guess. Sleeping representation, sleeping position. And yes, Cookie looks the cutest when he sleeps. The rest of us armies, we can't compete with that cuteness. When I sleep, it's just the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Alright, potatoes can't even compete with the ugliness. Like drool, face all red. I don't really sweat in my sleep, but drool and red face, it's not the most attractive thing. Now, of course, Jungkook is great, and I love that he does this, and obviously he's not doing this to make us laugh purposely, but it is something that makes us armies laugh, and we found it really funny. He gets a lot of attention, mostly good, sometimes bad, but the good things outweigh the bad, of course. Someone who did feel a bit excluded or left out was J-Hope. I am so glad that J-Hope is being more talked about more recently, because he deserves the love, he deserves the kind of spotlight put on him where we get to shine a good, nice spotlight on him. I think this happened quite a while back. Obviously, now a lot of armies know that you can't love BTS without loving all of the members. You can't just love one member exclusively and not the other one, because it's BTS and BTS isn't BTS without 7 members. And also you can't support the group as an entity without supporting all of the members. It doesn't make any sense. Even Taeyeon mentioned it many times, many moons ago, that you have to love all the members the same if you are considered a true army. So anyway, a while back, J-Hope found kind of their fan community, which at the time was not named armies. It didn't really have a name. Armies came a little bit later. J-Hope noticed that the community had almost 900 members, which is pretty good for just starting out. He looked and he saw kind of the messages that were being sent, and he noticed that a lot of the messages that were being sent weren't directed towards him, but they were messages directed towards each and every member except him. None of them were addressing him, none of them wanted to send him messages, nothing like that. I can imagine how he feels, or how he felt. Because it's one thing to think like, oh, maybe I deserve it because I'm not as talented, which is still wrong. He does not fall far behind from any of the other members in dancing, singing, rapping, whatever. Meaning his talent isn't that off from everyone else's. So he definitely worked just as hard as everyone else did to get to where he is. He definitely worked on his skills, his talent, everything. And for him to not really see any love, or perhaps just be forgotten or kind of lost in the back where no one remembered to send him any messages, it's pretty heartbreaking, I think. Like, he definitely deserves to be noticed, and his talent is definitely really good, so he should be noticed. I just hope J-Hope didn't take it too personally when he saw there was no messages. We all, of course, support and love him now, and I think he gets the equal amount of love that he does. I will send him as many messages as he wants, okay? Any love that he could possibly want, I'll send it to you. There's obviously a lot of stuff going on with J-Hope right now. I'm trying to keep it mostly positive. There's definitely a lot of negative stuff, and some of you guys who know what's happening know what's happening. But I think there's no reason to talk about it, because when I go online and look, there's still only a select few people saying those things about J-Hope who want to sit there and try to ruin J-Hope's life. It's not going to work. J-Hope also seems to be one of the most savage members of the group. I highly doubt he is affected by any hate or anything like that. I'm sure he feels loved by the armies, who definitely consider him a great and talented person now. There are armies who consider him their bias, and I'm sure he is loved by family and friends, which is the most important thing out of all of them. You don't need approval from anybody else except for the people that actually matter in your life and matter the most. So remember that, whether you're J-Hope or whether you're an army or whoever watching this, my dumplings, Remember that. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and kind of contribute back to this channel. Anything you can contribute over there really does help me kind of make better videos on here, really helps me keep going, spend more time making videos, really all of that stuff. So thank you so much for going over there and checking it out. You can get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, ship reactions, performance reactions, all of that stuff over there. I'll leave a link in the top of the description down below so you can check it out. Also, I'll be reacting to the music video with AgustD over there too. So make sure you check that out as well. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the screen at the end of this video. So make sure you click on one of those and I will see you over there. Bye.